Newsweek came out today and declared that the boycott of Budlight wasn't going to have any effect. As a matter of fact, their stock price had already weathered any storm it was going to see. To that, I have two questions. One, how do you know before the quarterly earning reports come out? And how do you explain this?
What is going on, everybody? Wired here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. And yes, once again, I am back to talk about the Anheuser-Busch Budlight boycott, which is getting slammed into the ground. First off, I want to give a thank you to all you patriots out there. Everybody who has voted with their wallet, everyone who says, I'm not going to take this woke BS anymore, has voted with their wallets, has said, I'm going to stop consuming this brand. Because you can see on this graph here, this stock is trending downward into the ground, and they have no idea, no clue what to do on how to recover their market shares. I don't think there's a way they can. Not in this month, maybe not in this year. This is a catastrophic meltdown for Anheuser-Busch, and it's all thanks to everyone who has voted with their wallets, who has said, I'm tired of this woke ideology being crammed down my throat. I'm tired of seeing this everywhere I go. So I just want to spend this moment, give a huge shout out to all of you, because you've all made this possible. Their stock has tanked about 28% in the past 7 weeks. And all I can say to that is, I think it can go lower. I really do. Drive it down to 33%. 40%, it might be a little ambitious, but I say why not try it. Bud Light boycott could cost Anheuser-Busch 26% of earnings, meaning this year. Which is humongous for a company of that size. 26% in 1 year. Again, shout out to all of you who are keeping this boycott going, who have said, I'm not going to pay for this anymore. I'm voting with my wallet. You all are the real heroes of this story. Great collaborative effort on everybody who's doing their part. Huge shout out. Especially for me, I really appreciate it. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I don't want this woke ideology being shoved down her throat. Thank you all, bottom of my heart. I really do mean it. So let's get into this article here from Newsweek. Bud Light boycott could cost Anheuser-Busch 26% of earnings, which you can see from this stock graph, where they were up to 66%. Let's go back a little further here. Let's go back to 3 months. Oh, they weren't even doing that good then. But that was the winter months too. They were up 66 on March 30th, $66 dollars per share. All the way down to 57. So, that is humongous. It really is. As they're saying, 26%, we can definitely get it to go lower. We're going to tank it. We're going to get it to go to 33%, get it to 40%. 50%, probably a bit of a stretch, but I am a dreamer, and I know I'm not the only one. Sorry, I listening to John Lennon earlier. Anyway, nearly 2 months after Dark Wizard promoted Bud Light online, the subsequent brand boycott is still taking its toll on parent company Anheuser-Busch's earnings. On Tuesday, JP Morgan analysts said they now expect Anheuser-Busch's U.S. earnings before interest and tax to fall 26% this year. A decline in sales they do not expect to be recovered by the end of the 2024 fiscal year in October. And that's 5 quarterly earnings reports. They don't even expect it's going to come back from then. That's insane. And shout out to all of you who are making this happen. Everyone is contributing. Anheuser-Busch faced a fierce backlash last month after Dark Wizard, Lord Voldemort, posted an Instagram video on April 1st featuring Bud Light beers that were sent to her, including a can with Dark Wizard's face on it to celebrate first year of girlhood. Not womanhood, girlhood. Sorry, I got to get all editorial on this article here. Let's stick to the facts, please. Quote, we believe there's a subset of American consumers who will not drink a Bud Light for the foreseeable future. Unquote, JP Morgan analyst Jared Dingus wrote in a client note. And I have to 100% agree with Mr. Jared Dingus here. Is that how you say it? Dingus? I don't want to call him a dingus. But, now I sound like my father. Jeez. Newsweek has reached out to Anheuser-Busch via email for comment. Within days of the Lord Voldemort Instagram post, the beer brand found itself in the middle of an anti-Dark Wizard firestorm. And conservatives calls to boycott the Avacadabra spell, including attacks from Death Eaters like musician Kid Rock, GOP Senator Marsha Blackburn, and controversial media figure Caitlyn Jenner. The boycott quickly led to a drop in sales for the nation's top-selling beer brand. Nearly 2 months later, experts do not expect those sales to recover in the short term. I would not be thinking that either if it's been 7 weeks since this is all rolled out. Bud Light sales were down 24.6% in the week ending May 13th, according to industry data by Bump Williams Consulting and Nielsen IQ Research. Last year, Bud Light brought in 4.8 billion in sales. Bump Williams reported. The controversy appears to also be hurting other Anheuser-Busch brands such as Budweiser and Michelob Ultra, while boosting rival brands like Coors Light, not for long, and Miller Lite, not for long, which Beer Business Daily reports seeing a 16.9% and 15.1% sales increase respectively. Drink Yingling, folks. Drink Yingling. As far as I know, they haven't gone woke yet. It is not only conservatives or anti-Dark Wizard consumers that have criticized Anheuser-Busch in recent weeks. Some LGBTQIA plus XYZ people, such as the Human Rights Foundation, have also criticized the company for its handling of the Voldemort backlash, saying it raises concernable concern. Sorry. It raises concernable concern for members of the community. I love thesaurus.com as well, I gotta say. 2 weeks after the video was posted, Anheuser-Busch InBev CEO Brandon Whitworth released a statement saying, We never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over a beer. My time serving this country taught me the importance of accountability and the values upon which America was founded. Freedom, hard work, dark wizards, and respect for one another. Whitworth said in a statement titled, Our Responsibility to America, which, as I'm sure most of you know, was a piltry, piss-poor attempt at an apology to try to gaslight the public into being like, well, you don't really know what happened. No, we know what happened. We're not stupid. The fact that you would even insinuate that, the fact that you wouldn't come out and apologize, disavow this person, which I understand why you didn't from a CEO standpoint. I totally get that, but you alienated your audience. You went silent for weeks. And you didn't want to offer up an apology. When that's probably wouldn't have saved you from all the backlash. Might have saved you from some, in all honesty. Not from all, though. Definitely not from all. But you didn't do that. Then when you came out with an apology, you said, well, you buy our beer, please, because, we have people who work here, we don't want to lose their jobs. And I 100% agree with that, actually. I don't want blue-collar workers to lose their jobs. I've done blue-collar work. It's thankless, but somebody has to do it. And any blue-collar workers listening out there, I commend you guys all for doing it. I did it myself for about 6 years. Got a little tired of it and kind of had to get forced out of it. Not by my own choosing, but you do the same job day in and day out. You do some grueling manual labor, which isn't very satisfying, pretty monotonous, but it pays the bills. And blue-collar workers are what makes America run. So I don't want to see any of the people at the distributors, or not at the distributors, at the factories who make Anheuser-Busch products lose their jobs. Definitely not. However, my sensibility towards that does not let you off the hook for your terrible decisions. You know what you should do, Mr. Brendan Whitworth? Why don't you take a pay cut from your CEO salary since you've messed up so bad and make sure you employ all those people, because I guarantee you could employ most of them with the 7-figure salary you're waking in. I really do. I know how this stuff works. Probably won't happen, though. Quote, as CEO of Anheuser-Busch, I am focused on building and protecting our remarkable history and heritage, unquote. Should have been focused on that a little bit before. It's a little late for that now. Like I said, I hope nobody at the plants loses their jobs for it. Those are just people on an assembly line, pushing out this brand, doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's commendable. I hope they're not affected by this at all. What should happen is the people in the offices, the people in the higher up positions, should go on leaves and take pay cuts and eat it, because they're the ones who screwed up, not the people who are working in the plants. I have such great respect for blue collar workers. I really do. It's a thankless job, but it keeps America moving. So thank you all for that. But also, I am not so sensitive that you're going to pull on my heartstrings and try to do that whole thing. Where you're going to say, well, you don't understand. We get it. But then you should step up for your workers. It wasn't them who messed up. It was you. Or the people under you who've been put in these executive positions and they shouldn't have been. Anyway, I just want to end this by saying this boycott, 26% down, it's going to go lower. I guarantee it is going to keep going down. I don't know when it's going to stop. 33%, I say 40% is a little ambitious, but it's possible. It's always possible. And I'm a bit of a dreamer myself. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for listening this long. If you have, like I said, I really appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. YouTube always trying to shout out ban my videos because I keep talking about this. But I'm going to keep talking about this. I think this is a very important issue. And again, thank you all for listening. I really do appreciate it. I will catch you all on the next one. Later.